Hey, what's going on YouTube land? This is your boy TJ, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I give my reviews on the WWE PLE events and shows. And today, we are going to be reviewing NXT from last night, February 13th, 2024. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, right? So, Metaphor has a match with Von Wagner and Mr. Stone, and before the match even begins, like chaos ensued. They actually gets attacked, sneak attack from behind while they're in the back getting ready. Metaphor was getting ready. They all like, yeah, easy money, easy check, da. So Von Wagner and Mr. Stone come from behind and say sneak attack. So then they beat them all up and down in the locker room all the way up until the ring. So then as like they get in the ring, they mixing it up, going back and forth and everything like that. Like it was a pretty decent bout. It was kind of relatively short. It was no commercial breaks. So at the very end of the match, while Jericho and Last Legend were at the top on the apron or whatever, distracting the referee, Wagner looks like he was going to go for a powerbomb on Meza, I believe that's his name is. Like, he wound up chalk blocking Vaughn, and then Dar, I think that's his name, he wound up getting the pinfall victory. So that ends the tag team match. It was all right or whatever. It was a pretty back and forth bout, but the bad guys won. So anyway, Chase U is giving J, that name is tricky. They was giving her flowers because she saved Chase U with the calendar. So, they're all like, yeah, you saved us, yeah. Chasey. So then as like they all tooting the praises and said thank you for, saving Chase U. Up pops on Andrea Rizzo. We gonna call her Rizzo for short, okay? Because I want to say her name is Ari. You know what? Like I said, Rizzo for short, because that's her last name. Anywho's, she comes in, and then, she said, basically cut to the chase. What do you want me for? Like, what's going on? So she was like, oh, okay, well, here you go. I just wanted to make a little small talk, because I guess she didn't have time for, the whole back and forth dialogue thing. So she ends up saying that, okay, well, Chasey was like, okay, well, once saying your boys defend the championships and they successfully, retain, look out for my boys or whatever. So she said, okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. So she leaves or whatever. So I guess she had to do some little funny business or whatever with, the D'Angelo family to guess save Chase U, I'm guessing. But we'll see how everything, the plant seeds from that. So next, it was a gauntlet match. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really looking forward to this match. Not really a big Ridge Hollins fan, to be honest. But him going against the Gallows, he got some big cojones, okay? So basically, it's a gauntlet match against the Gallows. It's just him. So once he beat one, then the next one come. So in the first match, I believe it was Wolfgang. They had a little cute back and forth or whatever. After, I want to say during commercial break, he eliminated him. He wound up hitting this little sidewalk. No, I don't even know what it's called, but I know it's something like, it looks like a body slam, but he kind of falls with the opponent or whatever. 1, 2, 3. Then next up, it was Joe Coffey. So him and Joe Coffey mixing it up. But he hits, like, as they going back and forth and having their little exchanges, all of a sudden, the other dude names Coffey. He winds up pulling his leg up from the ropes while he was, like, outside of the ring. So he pulls him up. So then all of a sudden, he just, hit him, and then there was a disqualification. But Ridge Hollins actually won by disqualification because of the interference from the other dude from the Gallows, their whole clique or whatever. So that was it for that, for real. Oh, no, it wasn't. I lied. Anywho's, after the match, they all like beating him down and, getting back in the ring. They all beating him up. They all three, about to get their issues off and stuff. So then they get a chair. So then he just kicks the chair out the hand. So then he, going back and forth with them. And then he get that chair and he just weared them out. So that ends that segment. He done laid them all out, and, he was looking all crazy, like, oh, I just did that? Yeah, you did, sir. So that was it for that segment. He didn't get to face all three of them, but hey, I mean, close enough, right? So after that, so Vaughn and Mr. Stone wound up going in the back. They're clearly upset for the loss to Metaphor, the team. So then out comes Lexus King, and he's all like, "Oh man, aren't you so tired of losing? Goodness gracious!" Like, and then he tells them. So Vaughn tells him like, "Hey, go ahead and go about your business or whatever." He said, "Look, I'm just here to tell you that if your kids need, what I'm saying, a role model, just let them know. I got you, all right? You sit back and relax and let them know when my match come up. Yeah, I'm gonna be right there." And I'm all like, this man is really a drama king. Like, he just has no bounds on his, he don't care. Anybody can get them strays. So the next match, it is a Lola Vice versus Tatum. So they had a little cute back and forth match. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of horror. I'm gonna just be real, right? So because my whole thing is this, like you said it there and kept saying that this girl not your friend, this girl not your friend. So, after they little cute back and forth and they, what I'm saying, had their little, interaction and stuff like that, out comes Laura, I guess, the NXT Women's Champion, I guess, for her coming out for moral support. But I don't know why, because remember, that's not your friend. I guess you grown to like her over from last week, whatever. So she winds up, I guess, getting some type of, second wind or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Lola hits her. I think twice she wound up hitting a spin kick on her, but she kicked out. So then she was like, you know what? She put her little legs and she wound up doing like one of Carmelo's, I think it was like the Code of Silence, like a variation of that. And she tapped her out. So then Laura, for whatever reason, I guess, her newfound friend, she wound up, carrying out the ring. And I'm just like, that's not your friend? Did you say that's not your friend? You said that's not your friend, right? But okay, whatever. So anywho, that ends that match. Like after she tapped her out or whatever, she won. So next this next segment is basically Laura carrying Tatum out or whatever. She lays her on something. I forgot what it was. It was, I guess, the equipment holder or whatever. So her and Shotzi had actually got into words, I guess, on the internet. I'm not privy to that, so I don't know what they said to each other. So basically Laura said, yeah, I like my interactions more face to face. Yeah, what you got to say to me or whatever. She said, yeah, calling my shot for the NXT Women's Championship. She said, yeah, you got it. So then they go back and forth and she said, yeah, go take care of your friend or whatever, and just know that I am going to be walking out of NXT next week because their championship match is next week. That, what I'm saying, that I'm going to be carrying the championship. She said, look, you're going to be coming into Elimination Chamber out the championship, right? So they move on from there. And then Tatum wakes up out of her slumber. But mind you, she was already woke up because like in the middle of the frame, she was all like, while they talking or whatever, she all waking up and stuff. So that ends that. And just she said, oh, and then before that, she was like, oh, so we have a championship match? What do you mean we? Boo, you is not the champion. Calm down, you psycho, okay? We gonna call her, for her new nickname from now on is Mickie James 2.0, okay? That's her new name. Tatum's name is no longer Tatum. It is Mickie James 2.0 from this point forward until she stop all that crazy stuff, all right? So we're gonna go move on from that. So then in this next match, we have, I actually like her too, Jada Parker. Every time when I look at Jada, I always think of that girl from Save the Last Dance. When she said, watch me squash this. Yo, I'm about to put a side-by-side picture of them too, and you gonna be like it's like she just burnt her herself. Like, and then like, it don't make it no better that I think I don't know her name, but I'm gonna look it up, but I know she up there in age. I think she's like in her 40s by now, maybe older than that. And she looks fabulous, yo. Still to this day, like, but I'm going on a tangent. Anywho, let's just go ahead and move on. It was a cute little back and forth match. They was coming out swinging and they was doing their little thing. They was exchanging hoes, pinfall, attempts and all that other good stuff. But I ain't gonna lie, I really do like Jada, but girl, please change your finisher because that little move that she did, I mean, if it's gonna lead up to a finish, then cool, but heck, please don't let that be your finisher, boo. You too cute. You need to have like a power bomb or something, or like, moonsault, something. I don't know if you could do that, but if you can to do that, or like a DDT, anything like that little, like, I'm sorry, that's just about as impactful as Indy Hartwell, like forearm little thing that she got, axe handle, whatever thing she does. But at least you got the dub. You got the dub. Still love you, girl. You got the dub. Still love you, girl. She's beautiful, actually. She's really gorgeous. But anywho, Dijak has a segment where basically he is, I guess, upset what happened last week with him and Dragunov and Joe Gacy, because the whole situation back and forth and, you know, him costing him the match. So I guess he's going to be out for revenge, but that remains to be seen. So next it is Baron, and he is getting Bron Breakker. So he's trying to get Bron Breakker, you know, hyped up for their championship match and everything like that. And he's trying to get him to say, oh yeah, the Wolf Dogs. And he said, look, if we win, when we win the tag team championships, acknowledge that we are the Wolf Dogs. Okay, cool. So moving on to the next segment. It is Carmelo Hayes versus Joe Gacy. So many Joes in NXT, I tell you. So Carmelo's case comes out the gate swinging. You know, they, you know, kind of slugging it out a little bit, but then they kind of do a little bit of more traditional, you know, holds and things like that. But it just looking like, it was one part in the match that really stuck out to me, is when he wound up throwing him out the ring after he got like the advantage back, right? So then he's all like, yeah, because you gonna stop playing, you gonna know what's going on, you don't know what time it is, something like that. He said, I'm paraphrasing, that's probably not exactly what he said. But then all of a sudden he just, and I'm like, this freaking Mick Foley / Bray Wyatt wannabe, like, what in the world is going on? He just, I'm like, okay, all right, Hannibal Lecter, just go ahead and calm down. It's not that serious. So then they going back and forth or whatever. But Carmelo ends up, I believe Grayson had, like, he did something on the ropes, like he bounced off the ropes, and then Carmelo hit him with the code breaker. Then he went up to the top rope, net or whatever you want to call it. I call it a leg drop. And then 1, 2, 3, wins the match. It was a pretty decent match. I wasn't really, to be honest, like looking forward to it, but it wasn't a bad match, to be honest. The crazy thing about it is, like, after the match, Dijak comes and beat him up, right? He has a straitjacket on, and rightfully so, because that man deserves a freaking straitjacket, because that man is crazy. I don't know where y'all got him from, NXT, but that man is wild for pitching this character, or for y'all to pitch that character to him, because he's executing it perfection. I really think he does need a straitjacket in real life. But anywho's, he wants to put a straitjacket on, and he's still like, and I'm more like, this man is really crazy. He needs to be in an asylum. Like, he don't need to be in WWE. He needs to be locked away. Throw away the key. Like, what's going on with this man? Spend too much time on this subject. Let's go ahead and move on. So, Roxanne or whatever is up backstage. Roxanne Perez is like backstage airing out her grievances, and she's basically mad because people are getting like championship matches, which she's referring to Shotzi. And she is basically upset, and she's like, what does she do to get a championship match? To make a long story short, her and Ring kind of get into it. And she said, well, you know, she is, you know, she was a War Games match. She also did other things, and and she is a SmackDown superstar. She's a bigger star than you, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't know everything she said. And then all of a sudden, bam, she just, and it looked like that connected too. Like, if she got hit for real, I kind of feel bad for Ring, because even though I'm not like a big fan of hers, like, she really did like hit her really hard. And I'm just like, because I remember I seen like, and I kept seeing it like on my timeline or whatever, and I was like, goodness gracious, she really hit her. So moving on. Next segment, Oba Femi comes out and addressed the NXT universe. And he is the reigning, you know, NXT North American champion. And he lets it be known that he is going to be a dominant force to be reckoned with. He is unbeatable. He's unstoppable. And he is going to, like, annihilate anybody that steps in his pathway. He's going to be a dominant champion. He is a force to be reckoned with, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the gist of what he said. And he said, look, line him up, and anybody you want back, don't send them. I was like, ooh. What that mean? You want off him? Like, what did that mean? Like, wait a minute. Like, we don't want to be accessories to, you know what I'm saying, the M word, okay? Like, Look, I ain't do it. I don't know what happened. But not for real though. Like, so basically, yo, Lexus King, he got some cojones. Cause he came out and he let him know, like, basically, he's the reason why he's the NXT North American champion now, because of the match that he had with Dragon Lee, he had a match with him and he basically wore him down. So he was like, man, get to the point. What you trying to do? You trying to get a championship match? He was like, yeah, so I got booked for next week. So then he, you know, accepts the challenge, and then Lexus King proceeds to try to beat him up. He tried to hit his correlation move, this modified swinging neck breaker. He swings him off. He tried to powerbomb him. He was like, oh, no, you not. No, you not. Need hurry up and get out that ring. He knew what was good for him. You better lay low, okay? So you better stop playing with Oba, because he ain't the one. That man too daggone big. I'm surprised he did what he did with him. He's so, and I was all like, what the? That man fast. Lexus King, told you he Chris Jericho. I'm gonna keep saying every video. I'm not playing. Every time I see him on my screen, I'm gonna call him Chris Jericho Jr. because that's exactly what he be giving me. But anywho's, moving on. It is Anna James with Izzy Dame. That's her name. Izzy Dame, right? Okay. Versus Britley Reese. We're gonna call her Reese for short. I may not even be saying that name right. Like, she wanted to be different so bad. But if that's her real name, okay. Reese, girl. Anywho, they had like quite a back and forth match. Reese is definitely energetic. She can fight. She definitely can go in that ring. But unfortunately, because of distracting by Izzy, you know, he ended up hitting her. She calls it the bank rub. It's basically like crushing knee to her face or whatever, moving just bam, and then 1, 2, 3. She won. Yeah, and that was about it. Oh, and then Roxanne basically got called into Ava's office, which is, everybody knows Ava is basically the daughter of the legendary wrestler, The Rock, and she's the only or fourth generation wrestler in WWE. Yep. Just wanted to put that out there. So, you know, she asks her, did she have, Roxanne asks Ava, did she give a championship match out? And then she said no. Did you hit Ren? So then she repeats the question. She said no. Answer my question. Did you put your hands on Ren? So she said, yeah, I did. I know, wrong place, wrong time. She said, no, not wrong place, wrong time. You shouldn't be going around hitting people, period. You have a match next week with Ren. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And she said, and that's it. And she said, no, that's not it. And then after that, maybe we could talk about, you know what I'm saying, what do you really want? Which is you to be in a championship picture, right? So then she was like, yeah, okay, fine. And then they went on separate ways from there. So now we are here at the main event. It is Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin versus the D'Angelo family, which consists of Channing and Tony. I'm gonna just go ahead and skip to the chase because I'm not trying to make like this video really, really long. They had a really, really great back and forth match. Actually, this to me, outside of Lola versus Tatum, only because her revenge on Tatum from, you know, the 2 weeks ago, whatever. So that to me was the match of the night because I was thoroughly happy that she lost that match because Lola needed that win. So anyways, they had a really great back and forth match. Like, this is definitely like match of the night. Towards the end of it, so Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Stacks. So then Tony comes in and tackles Baron Corbin out of the ring. That left Stacks open for a spear from Bron Breakker. 1, 2, 3. They are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. And then, you know, Power goes off and everything like that. Congratulations to the new NXT Tag Team Champions. A very unlikely tag team, but they made it work. I guess he's going to acknowledge that they are the Wolf Dogs now. So that concludes my review. I definitely do think that this NXT is starting to be honest, low-key putting on better matches than WWE. I think because they're more wrestling-based and not really, like, focused on all the gimmicks and everything like that. To me, low-key, NXT starting to be, like, a little bit of better program. I'm sorry. Definitely better than Raw. Now, I don't know about SmackDown. They neck and neck, but it's definitely NXT, then, you know, SmackDown. I mean, no, it's SmackDown, then NXT, then Raw. So in that order. But anyways, let me know, what did you think about NXT from last night? You know what I'm saying? Was it good? Was it great? Was it bad? Was it horrible? Let me know. Comment down below. My comment section is open. I know it wasn't for quite a while because I'm still trying to like get used to YouTube and everything like that. But you know, just let me know, what did you think about the show? And peace, TJ. I'm out.